I'm Dan Smith, I'm President and CEO of the Vermont Community Foundation, and if you take one thing away from this night, from this event, and in fact the last 8 weeks in the state of Vermont, take away the certainty and the knowledge and the confidence that Vermonters are always looking out for each other.
Starting in Windsor County, where morning light illuminated the flooding on Route 103.
Power outages across the region.
You can see this river behind me on 103 is moving.
Floodwaters fill fields across town.
Responders are incredibly busy today, and Vermont's
Vermont's Army and Air National Guard are stepping in to help with the emergency response.
You know, that morning of July 10th, when we were seeing the news and hearing the stories about what was happening across the state and the devastation, businesses and organizations across the state were reaching out to us and saying, what can we do? So we worked really quickly to stand the fund up and had that up and running by the next day. First day the fund was up, Vermont Public reached out and said, let's do a fundraising campaign, an on-air campaign. TD Charitable Foundation immediately put $150,000 into the fund to get it rolling. And then National Life had their Do Good Fest. That raised more than $1.7 million. And then on the individual level, there was more than 9,500 individual donations that came in. People around the world from more than a dozen countries and all 50 states, we saw donations. And we got these incredible comments from the donors.
Though I now live far away, Vermont will always be my home and my heart.
Being spared the worst of the flooding so far, it's only right to help those who have been hit by it.
There's something very special and Vermonty in the power of cooperation through terrible times.
Vermonters helping one another keeps Vermont the wonderful place it is to live, to love, and be loved.
You will rebuild, you will sustain, sending thoughts and prayers and hugs for healing.
I think for me, as a music lover, one of the cool parts in all of this was all of the music. There was the Do Good Fest right off the bat.
And it seems like that one benefit concert, it really then snowballed. We get a phone call from Alex Crothers of Higher Ground, and he said, hey, we have this Guster show coming up. Like, I talked to the guys, they're on board, they want to do this as a flood fundraiser.
And then there was Grace Potter.
And she just sang her heart out for about 2 hours for Vermont. And, you know, I was watching the donations come in real time.
There was Noah Kahn, who posted something on his Instagram and then crashed our website because he just brought so much traffic in and people wanting to make donations.
He raised almost $200,000 with that live stream of Red Rocks.
And then the Flynn and the Hug Your Farmer group, led by Bob Wagner.
They had an incredible team of musicians, and we worked with our philanthropy team to identify a donor, and they made a match available up to $100,000.
And the Hug Your Farmer event was underwritten by Select Design so that every bit of the proceeds from that event could go into the flood fund.
If ever you doubt community, remember the feeling you have in the room right now tonight.
With the depth of the gifts, we wanted to be able to show how much that meant to the organization, because we couldn't make the grants that we're making today without the gifts that have been coming in from businesses and individuals.
We don't do this just in times of crisis. We do this all the time. But one of the beauties of times of crisis is seeing that we are capable of coming together despite our differences. And the more we can harness that, the better Vermont's gonna be.